Welcome back to Spate Radio. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check out some of our past informative podcasts on entertainment and educational topics. From street corners to boardrooms, hip-hop has birthed a new breed of billionaires. But how did these artists turn rhymes into empires? Today we're breaking down the business moves that made moguls out of musicians.
Oh, that's fascinating. I've always wondered how rappers managed to build such massive wealth. Where should we start?
Well, let's kick things off with Jay-Z, the first rapper to hit billionaire status. His journey is a masterclass in diversification. He didn't just stick to music. He branched out into various industries, creating a vast empire.
Right. I've heard about his record label and management company. But didn't he also get into some unexpected ventures?
Absolutely. Jay-Z's portfolio includes everything from music streaming with Tidal to luxury alcohol brands like Douce Cognac and Armand de Brignac Champagne. It's a perfect example of leveraging cultural influence to succeed in completely different industries.
So the lesson here is about not putting all your eggs in one basket?
Exactly. It's about seeing the bigger picture and not limiting yourself to just one lane. Now, let's shift gears and talk about Dr. Dre, who took a different path to billions.
Oh, Dr. Dre. The man behind Beats Electronics, right? How did that venture lead him to billionaire status?
Well, Dre's story is all about the power of ownership. He co-founded Beats Electronics, leveraging his reputation for audio quality. When Apple bought Beats for $3 billion in 2014, Dre reportedly walked away with about $500 million.
Well, that's incredible. So it's not just about creating a product, but owning it and knowing when to cash in?
Precisely. It's about playing the long game. Dre built Beats into something truly valuable before making that deal with Apple. Now let's talk about Kanye West. His story is a bit more complicated.
Oh, I bet. His Yeezy brand was huge, but then there were all those controversies. What can we learn from his journey?
Kanye's story is a case study in both the power and pitfalls of controversy. His Yeezy brand with Adidas was incredibly successful, largely due to his unorthodox style and willingness to court controversy. But, and this is a big, but it eventually backfired.
Right. I remember when Adidas ended their partnership with him. So what's the takeaway here?
The lesson is about finding a balance. Being innovative and disruptive can yield big rewards, but there's also significant risk involved. It's crucial to stay true to your values and core audience.
That makes a lot of sense. Now, we've talked about 3 big names in hip-hop, but didn't Rihanna also join the Billionaire Club recently?
Absolutely. While Rihanna isn't a rapper, her journey offers valuable lessons, especially when it comes to building partnerships. Her Fenty Beauty line, in partnership with LVMH, has been a game changer in the beauty industry.
Oh yeah, I remember when Fenty Beauty launched. Didn't they have like a ton of foundation shades?
You've got it. Fenty Beauty launched with 40 shades of foundation, which was revolutionary at the time. It showed that Rihanna understood her audience and saw a gap in the market. The partnership with LVMH gave her instant credibility and resources in the beauty world.
So it's about leveraging your fame smartly and partnering with the right people?
Exactly. And speaking of leveraging fame, we can't forget about Sean Diddy Combs. His approach has always been about making himself the brand, whether it's Ciroc Vodka, Sean John Clothing, or Revolt TV.
Diddy's been everywhere for years. How has he managed to maintain that trust across so many different industries?
It all comes down to consistency and authenticity. Diddy has always been associated with luxury and style. Every product or venture he's involved with aligns with that image. The lesson here is that your personal brand can be your most powerful asset. He's going through a lot right now because of all the lawsuits, but that there is still a lesson to be learned from what he has accomplished.
That's really interesting. So, are there any common threads we can pull out from all these success stories?
Absolutely. One big one is staying ahead of trends. These moguls aren't just following the market, they're shaping it. they're also not afraid to take calculated risks and venture into new territories.
And it seems like they're all aware of the platform they've built and are using it to give back, right?
You're spot on. Philanthropy is a big part of their stories. Jay-Z has the Sean Carter Foundation, Dr. Dre has made significant contributions to education, and Diddy has been involved in supporting underprivileged youth. It shows that building a legacy isn't just about accumulating wealth, it's about impact.
Well, that's really inspiring. So what do you think is the big takeaway from all of this? What can the average person learn from these hip-hop billionaires?
I think the key takeaway is that success on this level requires thinking beyond your initial area of expertise. These aren't just musicians who got lucky, they're savvy business people who used their initial success as a launching pad for bigger things.
Right? Well, it's about seeing opportunities and having the courage to pursue them, even if they're outside your comfort zone.
Exactly. And let's not forget the importance of resilience. All of these moguls faced setbacks and challenges along the way, but they persevered, learned from their mistakes, and kept pushing forward.
You know, that's a lesson we can all apply, regardless of our field or ambitions. Is there anything else you think our listeners should keep in mind?
Well, I think it's important to remember that while these stories are inspiring, they're also exceptional. Not everyone is going to become a billionaire, and that's okay. The real value is in the principles these moguls have demonstrated: diversification, ownership, innovation, strategic partnerships, and giving back to the community.
That's a great perspective. It's about taking these big ideas and figuring out how to apply them in our own lives and careers.
Absolutely. As Jay-Z famously said, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." It's about seeing yourself not just as a worker or even an entrepreneur, but as a brand with unlimited potential.
Well said. I think that about wraps it up for today's episode. We've covered a lot of ground, from Jay-Z's diversification to Dr. Dre's focus on ownership, Kanye's disruptive approach, Rihanna's smart partnerships, and Diddy's brand-building prowess.
And let's not forget the importance of staying ahead of trends and giving back to the community. These are lessons that apply not just to aspiring moguls, but to anyone looking to achieve success in their field.
Definitely. Any final thoughts before we sign off?
Just this. Whether you're dropping beats or closing deals, there's always room to grow your empire. The path may not be easy, but as these hip-hop moguls have shown us, with creativity, perseverance, and a willingness to take calculated risks, anything is possible. Keep dreaming big and working hard. Thanks for checking in with Spate Radio. Follow us on social media and TikTok for more informative news and entertainment.